After 60, the biggest changes in how you feel usually don't come from doing more. They come from doing something consistently. Not extreme workouts, not perfect routines, just steady habits that show up again and again. So today, as I walk, I want to talk about consistency after 60 and why it matters more than intensity. Hi, I'm Kevin. I'm out for my walk today and want to talk about consistency after 60. Well, that was a lot of S's. I want to talk about consistency after 60. Not discipline or motivation, but what actually seems to work long term. So, I'm not a doctor, coach, or a lawyer. I'm just sharing what I notice and how I'm feeling better after 60. You know, the problem and what people struggle with the most is one of the challenges after 60 is that consistency can feel harder than it used to be. You have good days, you have slower days. Energy isn't always predictable. Recovery takes longer. That can make it tempting to do a lot on a good day and then do nothing for a while after, right? That's kind of our problem. Why do today what you can put off tomorrow? Yeah. So I'm going to repeat that one more time. That can make it tempting to do a lot on a good day and then do nothing for a while thereafter. Does that sound like you? That start and stop cycle is exhausting. So, this is how I understand it. I used to think progress came from pushing harder when I felt good. What I've learned is that progress comes from showing up more so, even when the effort is small. So consistency doesn't ask for your best day. It just asks for today, for you to show up. You know, if you're gonna say you're gonna do something like walk, you know, every day, make it consistent. You know, here I am, I'm saying that, you know, most people aren't consistent, but a lot of people are very consistent. But, you know, I knew that if I was going to do this channel, and if I was going to be effective for you, then I both needed to be consistent and showing up, and in also the things that I talked about. You know, living well after 60. So here's what I've noticed. Small efforts count. A short walk still counts. A slower walk still counts. Showing up matters more than how you push, right? Doesn't it? You know, even a short walk is still good for you. All you do is have to put on your shoes and go outside. That's all. Another thing that I've noticed is consistency reduces decision fatigue. You know, instead of me thinking about it, if I'm going to do it, I'm just going to get out and do it. So when something becomes routine, you stop negotiating with yourself. You don't ask, should I? You just do it. Consistency protects momentum. If you want to keep momentum up, be consistent, right? Isn't that what momentum is? You're consistently moving in the right direction. Your momentum is growing, you're moving. When something becomes routine, You stop negotiating with yourself, right? I know, you don't ask, should I, you just do. It was worth repeating. So consistency protects momentum. Again, when I stay consistent, I don't have to restart. You know, there's no guilt, no catching up, just continuation. And how I think about consistency now, I don't think about consistency as discipline anymore. And that's kind of what I was about to say, is I'm talking to you guys like I'm disciplining you, but I'm really not. I'm just asking you to be consistent with things that you want to accomplish. You know, you should be asking yourself to be consistent. So, how I think about consistency now. Again, I don't think about consistency as discipline anymore. I actually think about it as kindness to my future self. Consistency keeps me from having to rebuild. So, here's some practical awareness. For consistency, there are a few mindset shifts that help me stay consistent. I lower the bar, not raise it. If I say I'm going to do 2 miles, man, I'd be happy with just doing 1 and making sure I get out there. It's important. I allow slower days. I don't have to go fast. You know, here I am usually trying to break the 17-minute mile. Now that's fast for a walk. Usually I'm in the 18s and the 19s when I move slow. So I allow myself that. I focus on continuity, not on performance. I trust that small efforts compound. Now that statement, I trust that small efforts compound, is what this is really all about in consistency. Is that if I'm consistent and I go every single day walking, do you think that's going to be good for my health or not? Yeah, they're going to compound. If I miss a day, is it going to hurt me if I've done 200 days in a row? No, it's not going to hurt me a bit. So nothing dramatic. I just want to be steady. So if consistency feels boring, that's okay. So boring is often a sign that something is sustainable. You know, I could say that, you know, me walking and doing this particular YouTube channel, you know, it's something that I really truly enjoy doing. So it allows me, and walking, so it allows me to get out there on a consistent basis, which is a blessing, right? I'm giving you guys some good feedback, some things to think about without my walks being too taxing. And, you know, watch it, decide if you like it, and go from there. So I'm going to read it again. If consistency seems or feels boring, that's okay. Boring is often a sign that something is sustainable. You're able to do it over a long period of time. I told myself I was going to walk and talk, because I love to walk. I'm going to walk, and I'm going to talk while I've got a camera in my hand. And some people would say, well, that's really super easy to make a video. But there are people that don't even do that, right? Don't even pick up a camera and go on a walk. So I can't be criticized for that, because at least I'm attempting. So it's sustainable for me. I'm able to shoot, create a video, edit it, all within an hour or so, and have a video up in about 3 hours after I shoot it. That's easy. It's sustainable. one of the best vloggers in the entire world has passed away, but it was Adam the Woo. That man was so consistent. He did a video every single day, and I watched him every single day for like 6 or 7 years. Even before COVID, he became really valuable when COVID came around because it gave me something new to watch. You know, remember when we were running out of things to watch at the beginning? So, and we would binge watch everything. Well, I watched him for about 6 or 7 years, and he was consistent. Sure was a blessing to me. It was sustainable for him. That's the point I'm trying to make. It was sustainable. He shot, as he was doing his daily videos, he shot them in such a way that he could easily go back and edit the video and get it up the very next day. He wanted it simple. He wanted it easy, sustainable. So for me, consistency after 60 is what keeps everything else working. Balance, mobility, energy, and calm. It is not about doing more. It's about doing enough, often enough. So here's a little story. I wasn't even going to do a video today. I had talked myself right out of doing a video today. I really did. And then I thought, you know what? If I'm going to be consistent and I'm going to do a video on consistency, I dang better show up. So, although I'm doing it later than I normally did, I kind of slept through when I usually shoot and walk. And I was so exhausted, so tired, wasn't feeling 100%. And then I took lunch to my wife and ate, came back, was about to take a little senior nap, and I decided that instead I was going to go ahead and do a video for you. So on consistency, which is ironic because I wanted to be consistent and talk to you about consistency. So thanks for walking with me today. Next time, I'll probably talk about mobility and why consistency is what keeps movement feeling easier over time. So stick with me. Follow me on the path to a healthier Kevin and you. And let's keep it up. If you're walking with me and watching these, that's even cooler. So you be consistent and I'll be consistent. How about that? All right, well, thank you so much.